Good evening. This week on Doctor Who, we will be talking about some of the muscles and bones important to the movement of the body by looking back at some of the ways the Doctor has used body movement. Allons-y! Here, from Idiot's Lantern, we see the Doctor using his cervical, in blue. The cervical is the top of the spine, which allows the Doctor to turn his head and discover why the TVs are stilling people's faces. Next, from The Runaway Bride, we see the Doctor using his entire spine in yellow. The top of the spine is called the cervical, along the ribs is called the thoracic, beneath that is the lumbar, and at the very end is the sacrum and the tailbone. Next we have an image of the Doctor using his entire spine in the waters of Mars. The spine is there in yellow, and his abdomen there in orange. The Doctor is using his adductors in blue and his quadriceps in green. And here, another picture from Runaway Bride, a very good example of body movement. The Doctor's using a new bone, the scapula, there in yellow. In red is the Doctor's psoas, which connects his hip to his leg, allowing his leg to extend. Again, his adductors in blue and his quadriceps in green. Following that is another picture from Runaway Bride. The Doctor's using his pectorals in yellow and his quadriceps in green. And here's a little glimpse of the Doctor using his gluteus maximus, there in blue. There in red is the Doctor's quadratus lumborum. Here are two more examples of the Doctor using those before-mentioned muscles and bones. Here with Donna, and here with Martha Jones in front of the TARDIS. Here, from the evolution of the Daleks, we see the Doctor using a new muscle of the legs, the lateral rotators, in red. These rotate the femur in the hip joint. There, in yellow, are the Doctor's pecs, and this time in blue, the Doctor's triceps. Here, from Time Crash, we see the Doctor using his gluteus maximus completely. There in green is the Doctor's quadriceps, and beneath is the Doctor's hamstrings in red. Here is another example of the Doctor using his gluteus maximus. I just love the Doctor. Now let's move on from the Doctor's lower half up to his upper half. Here, in Human Nature, we see the Doctor using his biceps. Biceps are used to lift and pull, and here the Doctor is lifting these books for a romantic interest. Here, from the End of Time Part 1, we see the Doctor again using his pectorals and his triceps in blue, which extend the elbow. There in green is the Doctor's serratus anterior. In orange is the Doctor's latissimus dorsi. And here, from the Satan Pit, one of my personal favourite episodes, the Doctor's using his pecs, of course, and there in orange, the Doctor's using his triceps. And finally, in episode 42, we see a very good example of the muscles in the Doctor's back. There in green is the Doctor's trapezius. This works with the scapula to move the shoulders. In orange is the Doctor's latissimus dorsi. This is the Doctor's bird's wings, which allow him to spread his arms out, along with the trapezius and the scapula. So that concludes this week's episode of Doctor Who. Be sure to tune in next week to see the Doctor facing off with the Cybermen yet again. And now, BBC News.